Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. The Eau Claire Police Department is investigating a homicide that took place Saturday on the 2300 block of Sunset Drive. A 911 call came in just after 2 p.m. yesterday to report a shooting. Officers arrived to find a man dead inside the residence. An adult woman who was known to the victim was taken into custody. Detectives, crime scene personnel, the Wisconsin State Patrol Technical Reconstruction Unit, and the medical examiner responded to the scene. Authorities say more information will be released at a later time. Hundreds laced up their running shoes at Copeland Park Sunday for a race that's about more than just running. News 8 Now's JDS McGee shows us how many in the community are coming together for recovery.
It's an event that combines fitness with awareness, and Sunday it gave organizers a chance to connect with families across the Cooley region. Runners filled Copeland Park Sunday for the Home Run for Recovery. The Cooley Recovery Center hosts the event every year to bring people together and raise awareness about addiction.
The event is to recognize those that we may have lost to substance use disorder, those that may still be struggling, but also those that are thriving in recovery. It gives us the ability to make an awareness to the community that recovery is possible.
That awareness is central to the event, and organizers say beyond the race itself, the day gives them a platform to speak to the community directly.
It really opens up and helps us to decrease that stigma of addiction. Help people understand that those that do struggle with substance use are people just like anybody else.
This year's race had a record turnout with more than 200 participants. Organizers say they're aiming to raise $30,000 with every dollar going to a good cause.
All the funds that we raise today will go to different programming that helps in our recovery support and relapse prevention. And so that is really bringing those individuals into that path to recovery and providing them hope.
Organizers say they hope the support carries forward long after this year's race. Reporting in the newsroom, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, JDS. Students at UW La Crosse spent the day today walking their schedules around campus. The Walk Your Schedule event gives students a chance to practice their routes for classes before the first day of school.
I think it definitely helps them calm down because then you know where it is. It's not like your first day, you're looking at your phone saying, okay, what building am I trying to get to? Oh, it's all the way across campus. And then you can get a feel for, okay, what time am I going to go to lunch? What time am I going to go to the gym? And really plan out your day and try to stay as organized as possible. Because when you're more organized, it definitely can make you less stressed. And then you feel like you can go in their routine of the day.
Staff say the event is about making students feel confident and prepared so they can focus on learning instead of directions once classes begin. Music, community, and gratitude all combined this weekend in La Crosse to honor our veterans. Rock the Vets filled Legion Post 417 on Fisherman's Road with 7 hours of live music. 2 stages kept the crowds entertained with bands including the Craig Olson Project, Last Call, Brianna Ray, and more. The event kicked off with a military grog bowl ceremony to pay tribute to those who served.
All of the money goes to Freedom Honor Flight today, and so it goes in support of the 4 pillars of our American Legion, the veterans, Americanism, the community, and youth and children.
The Freedom Honor Flight gives veterans the opportunity to travel to Washington, D.C. to visit the memorials built in their honor.
Well, minus the fog for some areas, it was a great Sunday there, and we're going to have pretty much similar conditions going into Labor Day too. Pretty seasonable, but overnight, once again, there is a possibility for some fog in river valleys. Eau Claire had it this morning. There's a good chance we'll have it for a few hours too. Could be dense in certain areas, but most areas won't see it. Upper 40s to low 50s or mid 40s in some of the colder spots. So very similar temperatures. Right now, visibility is doing okay. All the cloud cover really is situated over into Iowa. So far looking good. Eau Claire will have the fog for a few hours till about 8 a.m. like they had this morning. Then have clearing skies in the afternoon with fantastic conditions really as we go throughout the rest of the day. Lesser chance of La Crosse seeing it probably, but we'll still get up to 73 by noon and plenty of sunshine going into the afternoon time frame. Now later on we'll kind of break down the big cool down that's going to be happening this week, what we expect for precipitation, temperature wise, all that coming up a bit later.
All right, thank you, Greg. Morning Mass was held in the auditorium of Annunciation Catholic School this morning. The auditorium is next door to the church where a shooting occurred on Wednesday. 20 people were hospitalized, with 17 being children, and 2 students died from their injuries. Support has been pouring in from the community since the devastating shooting. In today's Mass, the pastor of the church prayed for those affected by the tragedy. Two Wisconsin women are headed to Florida this week to compete at the Miss America and Miss America's Teen 2026 competitions. Willow Newell is this year's Miss Wisconsin along with Natalie Pop, Miss Wisconsin's Teen. They will compete throughout the week in categories of interview, talent, onstage question, fitness, and evening wear. Finals for teens happen on Saturday, and Miss America 2026 finals will take place next Sunday. This Labor Day weekend, the Trump administration is under scrutiny for a push to place federal troops on the streets of Chicago and for recent firings and resignations at the CDC. CBS News' Willie James Inman has the details.
This Labor Day weekend, the Trump administration is facing pushback for a plan to send federal troops into Chicago in response to violent crime. On Sunday's Face the Nation, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says troops don't belong on the streets of the Windy City.
Murders are down 50% in the city of Chicago. National Guard troops, any kind of troops on the streets of an American city don't belong unless there is an insurrection.
But Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem defended the administration's push to cut crime.
For 13 consecutive years, Chicago had more murders than any other American city.
The Trump administration is also coming under scrutiny after firing the director of the CDC. Director Susan Menarez's firing was followed by the resignation of 4 other high-profile CDC leaders. CBS News medical contributor Celine Gowder says the departures have created a vacuum in U.S. medical leadership.
These are really key positions, not to mention that a lot of the directors of the different centers, because it's centers plural, have also been forced out over the last several months. So you're really dealing with a leadership vacuum at the CDC.
Gowder also expressed concern about recent vaccine policy changes from the CDC.
Vaccine policy is now being made by political fiat and communicated through social media rather than a transparent, open scientific review process. And so we're seeing the reversal of previous recommendations, which will also confuse whether insurance will cover certain vaccines for certain people.
On Friday, one senior White House advisor defended Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., calling him, quote, the crown jewel of the administration. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
These changes in the CDC are happening at the same time that COVID vaccines are under review. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani was injured in a car crash in New Hampshire. A spokesperson for Giuliani says the former mayor is recovering from a fractured vertebrae and other injuries. Giuliani's head of security said his car was struck from behind on the highway. He was taken to a nearby trauma center for his injuries. People who get the shingles vaccine have a lower risk of heart attack and stroke. A study in Europe found adults 50 and older who received the vaccine for shingles had a 16% lower chance of having a major cardiovascular event. The CDC recommends 2 doses of the shingles vaccine for adults age 40 and over to prevent shingles and other related complications. Kids' unhealthy diets could be linked to a severe form of asthma. A Children's Hospital of Philadelphia study found fatty foods that cause obesity can also cause lung inflammation in children. Researchers say these dietary fats, often found in processed foods, can even cause asthma in children who aren't obese. This type of asthma is even more difficult to treat than allergic asthma. Does your partner ever ignore you to look at their phone? It actually could be causing some lasting harm. Researchers at the University of Southampton found people with emotional insecurities reported more depression, lower self-esteem, and greater resentment when their partner snubbed them to look at their phones. It also led to people retaliating by going online to get validations from others. Still to come, if you can't find what you're looking for locally, you may want to check out this downtown business we visited for today's eyepiece.
If you have aging or cracked sewer lines that need to be replaced, choose Maxwell White. We make sewer replacements a stress-free process and make sure your lines are good to go for many years to come. For a limited time only, we're offering financing with 0% interest for 48 months. So call today.
Furnish your home with the Forest at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best priced furniture store. Browse cozy Amish rockers, customizable easy sofas made in Wisconsin, and stunning handmade dining sets in hickory, walnut, aspen, and barnwood. Shop pantries, counter bars, gun cabinets, and more. Style your space this season with our cabin rug collection. Multiple sizes available. Swing by the bed shed for rustic bedroom sets, bunk beds, and Amish-made office furniture. Family and veteran-owned. Visit Black River Furniture Outlet this summer.
When we say we're stuffing you like a sausage, we mean it. Mike and Kyle on the sunny side of 61, Sugarloaf Automotive. We buy and sell thousands of vehicles every year.
We ship nationwide every week. We buy vehicles nationwide as well.
Here are a few examples of why we are the undisputed price leader.
Mach-E's from $30,000 off new MSRP. Lincoln's from $15,000 off new MSRP. Or how about late model Mustang convertibles from $16,995.
Get to the sunny side of 61.
Sugarloaf Automotive in Winona.
Stubborn clog that just won't give? With our drain cleaning services, we can remove those stubborn blockages without jeopardizing the integrity of your pipes. For a limited time, we're offering financing options with no interest if paid in full within 18 months. So call today.
If it is in stock, they have it. Chief photographer Chuck Oadsma spent a little time at Kroner's Hardware for today's eyepiece.
1868 we started, so that'd be what, 157, I think. Really neat stuff. Yeah, I think Mark, who's been working for us for over 30 years, came up with that idea, and it kind of grabs people that come in and they say, "Can I help you?" And they say, "Well, we're trying to find the really neat stuff." And I'll say, "Well, look around. You should be able to find something that's neat to you, because we have a lot of different things."
Something hard to find, or? It's just baffling how much stuff you have. And when you first start working here, you're just overwhelmed. And a customer came in, Dr. Gunderson. One of the Gunderson brothers came in and he's like, "Oh, I'm looking for this part." And I'm like, and I kind of just was like, "I don't think we have it." And he just goes, "Yeah, you do. Come on. We'll go talk to one of the other guys." And I'm just like, "Oh." So that I'll take with me for the rest of my life. And people come in and they're like, "Oh, I love the creak in the floor." And I always joke and say, "Yeah, it took us a long time to get it that creaky."
We have tricycles upstairs. Going up. I am here often. Honestly, we get our laundry detergent from here, all of our trash bags, our trash cans. Most of the stuff that I have in my apartment comes from here or somewhere around nearby. I don't think I could make it all over the store without losing all my money.
Kroner's Hardware is still for sale. They are hoping to find a buyer in the next couple months. Labor Day weekend brought a couple of new movies to theaters, as well as the return of the original blockbuster. Here's this weekend's box office estimates. The Roses came out fighting in 5th place, beginning its run with $6.4 million. Freakier Friday fell to 4th place. The comedy sequel made $6.5 million. The action comedy Caught Stealing debuted in 3rd place, opening with $7.8 million. The 50th anniversary release of Jaws gobbled up $8.1 million for 2nd place. Weapons returned to number 1, earning $10.2 million for a domestic total of $135 million on a production budget of $38 million. The summer movie season ended with an estimated $3.67 billion in revenues, slightly lower than last summer. Another drawing without any jackpot winners. Last night's Powerball drawing eluded correct numbers once again. The jackpot is over $1 billion and growing. The next drawing will be tomorrow and will be the 5th largest jackpot in history if someone wins it. Still to come, some Texas beachgoers had their Labor Day weekend unexpectedly cut short while visitors were rushed out of the water.
Yeah, definitely it's going to be a nice Labor Day, but we got big changes coming up this week. It's going to be chilly. It's going to feel like mid to end of October. We'll break it all down coming up on the First One Weather Update after the break.
If you have to ask why it's important to start your day early, here's your answer.
For $5, get a sausage McMuffin with egg and an any size soft drink or coffee.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The history of Pleasing is a history of taste. After World War II, my grandfather, Frank Italiano, spent time in China and acquired a gourmet taste which became his passion. He developed a seasoning and shared it with his friends. In 1952, Pleasing was created. That first seasoning has grown to 40 different blends. This history of taste continues with both the 2nd and the 3rd generations as we explore people's changing tastes. Stop by the Pleasing Outlet store on Ward Avenue and taste the history.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
Jolivet Family Farms. There's no substitute for homegrown freshness. Jolivet's homegrown triple sweet corn is picked fresh daily. Join us Sundays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our roasted sweet corn and charcoal brats. Jolivet's also features homegrown carrots, sweet onions, peppers, beets, cabbage, dill, tomatoes, cucumbers, blueberries, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. Buy fresh, buy local. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Doorbusters, like a Lazy Boy recliner for just $2.99. The Labor Day Doorbuster deals Friday through Monday at Slumberland Furniture, up to 60% off list. Get a comfy sectional for just $9.97 and get the ottoman free. Get a reclining sofa for just $7.97 and get the oversized recliner free. No one sells Sealy for less, as low as $2.99. Deals this hot are while they last only, so come early. Friday through Monday, the Labor Day Doorbuster deals, only at Slumberland Furniture.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
While some are having pleasant Labor Day weekends, Texans aren't as lucky. A beach in Galveston had to urge swimmers to come out of the water due to a water spout, while items such as beach umbrellas and blankets were tossed around by the high winds. No major damage or injuries occurred. We'll hand it over to Greg for the information about weather here at home.
Yeah, definitely is going to be, the Labor Day weekend's going to be shaping up still to be good, at least for Monday. And then we got some changes coming. So get out and enjoy the conditions Monday and somewhat Tuesday, because you're going to need the jacket and maybe more as it comes to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's definitely going to feel like the end of October. So right now tonight, we still got the fog issue to kind of deal with river valleys, especially Bosphorus is starting to come down a little bit too. But Eau Claire had some dense fog. Other areas along just north of I-94 had some dense fog too in river valleys. So that's what we'll be expecting tonight. And you can kind of see as we go throughout the nighttime, you'll see this low grade start to show up. A little gray here near Vokesfield, just north. Also just east here, Kickapoo, you can start seeing a little bit of gray start showing. That is low clouds beginning to expand. Right there you can see it. Basically by 5 a.m. we start seeing some of this patchy dense fog just north of Eau Claire, stretching just on the other side of I-94 to Vokesfield. And then in between river valleys, typically we'll see that this time of year. So that should show up. Expands a little bit. You can see actually gets a little bit further as we get to 7 a.m. along and close to Interstate 94. So if you're driving about tomorrow morning, you could see areas that get down less than a half mile briefly. The good news is once we get to about 8, you start seeing it start to shrink a little bit, and definitely by 9 and 10, it's pretty much gone. So it'll be there, but spotty in nature too. And then in the afternoon, there's no issues to speak of. Light south winds. All the clouds really stay to the west and south. Just a little bit of fair afternoon cumulus clouds, and that's it. And we'll probably not deal with the fog going into Tuesday morning, but for Labor Day, really, if we kind of time it out, once again, there's your conditions. The fog or haze will be an issue for Eau Claire, just for a few hours, probably till 8 or 9. Otherwise, afternoon, pretty seasonable conditions. And La Crosse, less likely to see the conditions there, getting back up to around 80, which is average. The haze and fog, I think, will kind of stay away, but if you're near the Mississippi River, that could be an issue as well. Overall, there's your high temperatures, pretty nice conditions. Tuesday, we start seeing changes. We'll still be mild-ish for a lot of areas until the afternoon time frame, but the showers and thunderstorms coming in. But enjoy these temperatures, because we're not going to see that potentially for another good week and a half, and that's the one thing. The front really starts coming in. We have a little bit of activity ahead of it, maybe Tuesday if this holds together, maybe a few afternoon showers, but I think the better threat is going to become later in the evening when that front begins to approach Minneapolis. You'll see a line of storms potentially developing, coming through. Then more activity really develops towards Wednesday morning as the front starts to swing through, and that's when you'll start feeling the temperature change. This comes through, winds pick up, and we have additional little systems rotating around the low that'll come through potentially Thursday night into Friday could be another one. And the winds, as you notice, they're blue, coming from the north. So this thing is going to continue to sit up there and spin all the way through Friday. So will that northwest wind will continue. Maybe not much as precipitation as we go into Friday. Wednesday, there's your high temperatures. Definitely a drop. Mid to upper 60s further south. You'll start off the day around 60, so it won't be much of a change. Wednesday, further north, a little bit, not much change at all. Records, as we go into Thursday, there is potential to be record high lows, basically meaning it's cold on this day. There's your forecasted temperatures. Eau Claire, you might just break it, staying into the 50s. And Friday, we still have an opportunity, a tad milder, a tad, as you see, but 60, 63. So these could actually then end up being records too. The good news is with the cloud cover and the winds, I don't see much in the way of a frost or freeze type issue going on. Otherwise, we will improve a little bit going into next weekend and maybe hit 70 eventually by Sunday into Monday. But even then, that's still not average too. So our fall-like conditions continue, and we'll see if we eventually flip the switch as we go into the end of September into October, because we typically will come back to the 80s. But in the meantime, yeah, the jackets are definitely going to be needed.
Sure.
The umbrella will be needed. It's definitely going to be kind of chilly for a couple days.
Well, at least the frost isn't coming in yet. We'll take that.
Not yet.
All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, a look back at the Badgers season opener, plus the Brewers going for a sweep over in Canada. Kate has the highlights after the break.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Tuesday night is rib night. Get a half rack of barbecue ribs with baked beans, coleslaw, and cornbread for only $23.99, plus $1 off craft beer. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
When you need a truck to get you from the job site to the campsite, drive your story with a new Ram from Pischke Motors.
Get your Ram now during the Make This the Summer sales event. Stop into Pischke Motors to save 10% off MSRP on a 2025 Ram 1500, plus get 3.9% financing for 72 months. Ram trucks are built to serve power. So get in a Ram today. Hurry in because this offer ends August 31st.
Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Listen up, Wisconsin. There's always something exciting in the mix with scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery. And the newest games to make some noise? Packers Scratch Games. With over $7.8 million in instant cash prizes. Plus a bonus drawing for 4 Packers season tickets for 1 year. And 195 other Packers prizes. Available now at Wisconsin Lottery retailers.
We really care about our employees and their families, and then also the community as a whole.
We have a lot of really, really good employees. It's like a family around here.
The customer is always number one. That's always our goal, to get them running.
Having Carrier as their main product, with the support that they give us, the commitment to their product, to our people, is outstanding.
From the first call that you make, we'll take care of you every step of the way.
And air conditioning, your comfort is our business.
River City Grill in Winona is your place for great food and drinks every night of the week. Tuesday night is rib night. Get a half rack of barbecue ribs with baked beans, coleslaw, and cornbread for only $23.99, plus $1 off craft beer. See you soon at River City Grill in Winona.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
25 games left in the MLB regular season going into today. The Brewers need to win 15 of those if they want to hit the century mark. They still have the best record in baseball and had a chance at a sweep against one of the best teams in the American League. Let's go to Canada. Brewers taking on the Blue Jays. First inning, 1 man on for William Contreras. He's going to put a good drive into this pitch over the wall in a hurry. The 2-run shot puts Milwaukee in front, but the Blue Jays would respond quick. 2-2 in the bottom of the first, and Ernie Clement going to bloop one out to shallow center. Toronto takes the lead. Then in the third inning, now 4-2, but Bryce Terang steps up, and he's going to take a trip around the bases. His 10th home run of August. Brewers down 1, and then later in the inning, Contreras at the plate, and this time lines one out to right field off the wall. Churio comes in to score. This game is tied at 4. But the Blue Jays were relentless today. Miles Straw goes back up the middle. That plates 2 more as the Brewers can't quite get the sweep. Blue Jays take it 8-4, the final. But the good news is for Brewer fans, the Cubs gained no ground in the division as they lost 6-5 to the Colorado Rockies. So with 24 games to go, here is where we're at in the division standings. Brewers holding on to a 6.5 game lead in the division. Reds are 15.5 games back, but only 4 back from a wild card spot. Cardinals 17 games back, and the Pirates 24 games back. Let's check in on the Twins as they were up against the San Diego Padres this afternoon. Scoreless in the third, but in steps Byron Buxton. And Buxton going to send one high and deep to left field, and that is gone. His 29th home run of the year. That's a new career high. Twins take a 2-0 lead, and they were rolling today. Joe Ryan would go 7 scoreless on the mound. Minnesota wins it 7-2, the final. It felt a little weird watching all those college football games yesterday with no Wisconsin Badger game. That, of course, was because they picked up a 17-0 win on Thursday. Everyone is going to remember the Billy Edwards Jr. injury. The good news is it's a knee sprain, and he's being listed week to week. Shouldn't be out for too long. And the even better news is the defense was suffocating. The environment was loud for a Thursday night game, and add in some constant pressure from the D-line in Miami, Ohio, had no chance. 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and a lot of QB pressures. Wisconsin gave up just 117 yards against and even walked away with 2 interceptions.
Defensive front did a really good job tonight. And then what can you say about Preston Zachman? I think that, a guy in his 6th year, it's, sometimes it's tough to say, well, he's gotten a lot better, but I really, his confidence level from what I've seen all through fall camp showed him tonight.
I don't know if I've ever had 2 in a game, but I mean, it's obviously a good feeling, but once again, it's a credit to the guys up front, pressuring the quarterback, making him make bad decisions. So it's all credit to them.
The Badgers will be back to a normal Saturday game next week when they take on Middle Tennessee at Camp Randall. That one's a 3 p.m. start. Then they'll travel to Alabama in week 3 to take on the Crimson Tide. 1 week from today, the Green Bay Packers will make their season debut as they're set to host the Detroit Lions at 3:25 right here on WKBT. And then 1 week from tomorrow, the Vikings make their season debut on Monday Night Football. Minnesota will travel to Chicago for a 7:15 kick on ABC. Wisconsin volleyball and a big one up against number 5 Texas. Set point for the Badgers, but the Longhorns not going down. Carrie Spears going up and bringing down the hammer. Point Texas. They would take set 1, 29-27. Second set, Badgers down 2, but the back set to Mimi Collier. She gets the kill. Badgers still in it, but Texas would eventually take the set. And then in the third set, the Longhorns would run away with it. Abby Vanderwall, she goes outside and gets the kill. Texas rolls in this one 3-0, the final. We'll have more news after the break.
Make your pup look and feel their best at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Fresh, clean, and oh so soft. They'll strut out looking top dog. Book your grooming appointment today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
My moderate to severe plaque psoriasis held me back. Now with Skyrizi, I'm all in with clear skin.
Things are getting clearer. I feel free to bare my skin, yeah, that's all me. Nothing is everything. Whoa.
With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And most people were clearer even at 5 years. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
The search for savings stops here at Black River Furniture Outlet, Wisconsin's best price furniture store. Stop in and check out our Poly outdoor furniture, relaxing swivel gliders, loves, and dining sets, available to customize. Inside, shop a huge lineup of Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home upholstery. Reclining or stationary sofas, loves, or sectionals available. Set the table or make the bed with sets from Ashley Furniture, and find the perfect rug to tie your home together. Family and veteran-owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The southern Dutch city of Tilburg is seeing more color than usual this weekend. Thousands of redheads from all over the world gather in the Netherlands for a once-a-year festival to celebrate their flaming locks. The 2025 edition of the Redhead Days Festival includes music, food trucks, and workshops tailored to particular needs of redheads, including makeup explainers and skin cancer prevention. Organizers expect over several thousand attendees from some 80 countries to join during the 3-day event. The festival is free and open to all, with the exception of the group photo on Sunday. That event is restricted to natural redheads. Greg will have a final look at your weather when we come back.
Hear everything but the gunshot. Introducing Soundgear Phantom, the world's first custom Bluetooth-compatible and rechargeable hearing protection and enhancement device, blocking loud, harmful noises while giving you that edge to hear better while hunting.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska.
From the creators of bacon. Applewood smoked ham. Ham and Swiss melts. 2 for $7. Arby's, we have the meats.
Doorbusters, like a Lazy Boy recliner for just $2.99. The Labor Day Doorbuster deals Friday through Monday at Slumberland Furniture, up to 60% off list. Get a comfy sectional for just $9.97 and get the ottoman free. Get a reclining sofa for just $7.97 and get the oversized recliner free. No one sells Sealy for less, as low as $2.99. Deals this hot are while they last only, so come early. Friday through Monday, the Labor Day Doorbuster deals, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Back again, Jeff? Well, I'm future you. Our doctor figured out why your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back. It's IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess is not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn how AbbVie and Ironwood could help you save.
Dahl Honda is proud to sponsor News 8 Now's Top-Notch Teacher Program. It's always a highlight of our month to recognize the top-notch teacher and thank them for all they do for our students in school. Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Thank you, teachers, for going above and beyond and providing a top-notch education.
Hear everything but the gunshot. Introducing Soundgear Phantom, the world's first custom Bluetooth-compatible and rechargeable hearing protection and enhancement device, blocking loud, harmful noises while giving you that edge to hear better while hunting.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska.
All right, there will be some morning fog, especially in river valleys. Eau Claire could probably see some dense fog for a couple hours. So if you're out and about, definitely stay tuned to that. It could drop to less than a half mile. The good news, once we get to 9 or 10 a.m., all that lifts. The rest of the day is actually fantastic. Upper 70s to near 80, which is about right where we should be. And Tuesday, the storms come in. The first part of the day looks good. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to feel more like the mid to end of October with 60s, maybe even 50s for a high. and windy, breezy, and rain too at the same
So
time.
definitely get your golfing in tomorrow and Tuesday before the rest of the week.
It's not going to be very pleasant for us.
It might be rough.
For sure. All right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you here tomorrow.